Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Superstar PartyPlex 12 FPS, where we are going to have a totally normal conversation. My name is Zen, and today I am playing Eggs Florentine, local night guard, and Handy, his sapient Razwatch. And joining me today is.
Well, or Sama if you prefer, and I will be playing the ever so beloved Nova stage.
Yee.
To start us off, currently, Nova has heard a couple things and seen a couple things that she's been getting a bit curious about.
Like, I imagine she's
So,
heard and seen more than a couple things, being the entire building, but not all of
yeah,
them are as intriguing.
yeah. So, she's decided she should pay a visit to her friend Eggs.
Oh my god.
So, she she already knows where he is, obviously.
Of course.
It's just a matter of figuring out when's a good moment to approach.
hmm Yeah. And since this is taking place during the overnight shift, Eggs is probably like walking around doing his patrol. Uh, but he does occasionally stop in to uh take a little break and sit down in the security offices and look through all the cameras. So, that might be a good time to catch his attention.
So as Eggs is flipping through the security cameras, he sees a certain rainbow person coming up the hallway camera, approaching his office.
Aw. Yeah. I mean, he's not really going to do anything about that, but now he's prepared for when she walks by, he assumes.
Yeah. I think she does a little cartoony thing of like going to walk by, looking over, continuing, then doing a double take and backing up. So she's in the doorway.
Oh.
She's like, "Hey, Eggs! It's so good to see you. I keep seeing you, but I don't get the chance to say hello. How have you been?"
I'm gonna make him roll history to see if he remembers Nova. Because they've met so far once, and it was kind of a little while ago. But he got a net 20,
22!
so
You remember her perfectly.
she does make an impression.
She does.
So he's like, oh, hey, Nova, I've been okay, I guess. How have you been?
Oh, I've been doing great. I actually got to hang out with Chip and a couple of the other employees recently. It was really fun.
Oh, that's nice.
He's mentally trying to figure out how to phrase her questions so he doesn't get suspicious, but so that she gets answers. And she's like, "So, have you been up to anything recently?"
Not really. Just the usual, security guard stuff. I guess I've been meeting some more people that work here, but that's just, what happens when you work somewhere long enough.
Yeah. Well, I heard a couple folks saying they saw you going into the basement, and I didn't think that was on your itinerary list for your job, but who knows? I could be wrong.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not strictly speaking on my patrol route, but, after the recent break in, I thought I might have seen something suspicious down there and just Wanted to check the place out.
Well, it is better safe than sorry. I hope my maps at least helped you down there.
Certain amount, yeah, until the walls started moving. That place is like a maze.
She glances away for a moment before glancing back, and it's like, yeah, it can be tricky navigating down there.
uh, I think Handy piping in like, well, don't you have a talent for understating things?
That's going to make her giggle a little bit, and she's like, yeah, I might be.
I think Eggs is like, oh, yeah, so the watch has had some upgrades since the last time you saw it. Uh, Meet Handy and holds his wrist up a little awkwardly.
I, I would like Eggs and Handy to roll insight.
Absolutely. I still have to make Handy's sheet, so it's all writing on you, Egg Boy.
Egg boy.
21.
She's not surprised in the slightest. Somehow she already knew Handy existed. But she still looked really, really excited to see it, and she's like, oh, that's awesome! Like, she thinks Handy is super cool. Like, in the way you would think another person is super cool, not in the way you think a tool is super cool.
mm. Mm-hmm. Handy is absolutely like gloating and preening over this, like
Um,
the watch equivalent of chest puffed up. Uh, but Eggs is kind of doesn't have a horse in this race, and so it's like, oh, I guess word is starting to get around about it, huh?
yeah, not as much as you think, though. I'm just really good at getting all the gossip.
Hmm. Well, that's good to hear, I guess. I'm still not really sure what's going to happen once corporate gets wind of it.
You you see Nova like tense up for a second as she thinks about the implications, and she's just like, I mean, what really can they do about it? It's not hurting anyone.
Uh, I mean, like, try to assert their claim that it's their property, I guess.
If
Versus,
they do that, you can always just steal it. Or give it to me and say that someone else stole it, and then I give it to you on your way out. Boom! Problem solved.
uh, and he goes, surprisingly sneaky for someone wearing that much neon.
You haven't seen me in a while, but I've seen you too.
Oh, yeah? How often exactly? And you can roll insight if you'd like.
I very happily will. Insight. I love how Nova has gotten the thing of like she sees all because I keep getting good rolls on insight. Speaking of, 19!
19. Yeah, it's not hard to tell that Eggs is nervous about the idea that you've seen him when he hasn't seen you. And with a 19, like, there's something that he's been doing that he hopes you haven't caught on to. He's worried you are catching on to his secrets and potentially overhearing things that he didn't intend for an audience to hear.
Yeah.
Which, of course,
So
she is. She's the building, but he doesn't know that.
yeah, she's like, well, I've seen you around plenty, doing all sorts of things. I mean, I am like a jack of all trades role. I'm assigned to a lot of different places in the Plex. Kind of hard not to see a lot of everybody. And she says it in a way that implies she does not know his schemes. But she does. She does.
Should she roll deception?
Sure. I have a +6 to deception, so this is gonna be good. Oh boy. 23.
Yeah. He like relaxes a little and is like, yeah, I guess if you get around like that, you kind of see everyone, huh? And you've worked here longer than I have, so probably have a better handle on the layout of this place.
I think I have the best handle on the layout out of anyone here, to be honest.
Uh, and then going, hey, I've got like a map literally in my head, and
I
I think
gave
the
you that map.
animatronics.
Don't backsass me.
Sure, but do you have it in your mind to look at whenever you want?
Yeah, it's called imagination.
It's not the same thing.
She playfully sticks her tongue out at Handy.
Oh, it will tongue sticking out emoji right back at her.
I love how they immediately caught each other's vibes and just immediately went into yes and amazing.
You beat Handy to the punch of sticking its tongue out at someone. That's its signature move.
I can tell these two are gonna get along great. Yeah, and while you may have a map, I know shortcuts that aren't on that map.
How can they not be on the map? The map is the whole building.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Weather Watch? Weather Watch. I'm
It's
going to assume
fuming.
Handy knows what memes are.
Yes. Much more than
Eggs
Eggs
just
does.
watching this go down.
Hmm. Eggs is just standing there awkwardly. Handy is fuming. I think Eggs is like, are the shortcuts like a toon gag thing? Like, when I was in the basement for the break-in, there was one door that, like, definitely opened onto different rooms at different times.
She she makes a face that looks confused, like she doesn't know what you're talking about. It's like, no, the shortcuts aren't a toon gag thing as far as I'm aware. Would you like to roll insight?
Yes. 16.
She knows more about those doors than she's letting on.
I guess there's still. I still don't totally understand the limits of what toon things can do. So, if it's not a toon gag thing, how would something like that work?
She shrugs and is like, well, I've never seen it happen, so I wouldn't know.
Well, how do your shortcuts work then if it's not whatever that was?
I just know about a lot of places in here. It's that simple.
then they would be on the map, and it's just a matter of
I
knowing to
made
use
that
them.
map.
It's just a matter of realizing to take the shortcut then. You have more practice at it maybe, but it's not some unique skill.
If that's what you want to call it, then sure. If you keep pushing, she might tell you what she knows about the doors. But do you want to keep pushing is the
Hmm.
question.
I feel like Eggs does not, but Handy might. I
Yeah.
think Handy's like, either there's nothing special about your shortcuts and you just know the building better, in which case they'll be on the map and anyone else with that map can figure out how to use them, like, I don't know, me, or you've got something else up your sleeve that you're not telling.
She's like looking away as you say all this. And she looks back and is like, okay, fine, I do know shortcuts that don't normally exist, but as they're not a tune thing. I don't know what causes them. I just know where they happen to be.
So, is it the same thing as the door leading to two different rooms, or like this one time a staff bot came out of like a closet but didn't go into the closet, like,
I I think she's going to step into the office and say, sometimes the doors like going somewhere else. And she like shuts the security door and then she opens it and it's into the kitchen now.
oh my god, this makes things so much harder.
And she shuts it again and it goes back and she's like, usually if you just shut it when it does that, it'll go back to normal. If it doesn't, then you have to walk through it for it to go back to normal. The
Great.
doors are weird here.
Okay, and what happens if, like, someone breaks in and goes through a door, and when I try to follow them through that door, it goes somewhere else?
She wants to say that's not going to happen, but she knows if she says that, she's going to sound suspicious, and she just shrugs and is like, go the normal way.
But the door is the normal way, except apparently not here. Oh gosh. How
If
would I
if
even
you
know
see
where
them
the.
go if you see them go through the door, you should be able to see where the door leads. Thus, you would be able to know where they're at now, and you would be able to go loop around and find them. I don't know, man. I'm just using the shortcuts when they appear because I'm good at guessing where they're gonna go. It's a thing of practice. You got to get used to it.
I will take your word for that. Ugh.
Nova's internally scolding herself like this is not what this was meant to be about. This is meant to be about him.
Get derailed.
I think you can kind of tell that Nova's kind of agitated now that you've been pressing her so hard about this.
This just makes Handy more suspicious, but I think Eggs will uh be like, sorry to distract you. I'm sure you've got other stuff to be doing.
Really, the only reason why I came down this hall was because I wanted to check in on you, because, we haven't gotten to talk since last time, and I liked talking to you. So I wanted to see how you were doing.
You can roll insight.
I will. A nice hearty 17.
17. Hmm. He is surprised to hear that. Not like necessarily upset about it, not necessarily super happy about it either, but like was not expecting that. Like you were nice when he met you, but you guys met once like months ago and he's surprised you would remember him, let alone like care about how he's doing.
Yeah, and she's like I said, I've been seeing you around a lot, but I haven't been getting the chance to say hi because you're always busy and I'm always busy. I've been wanting to talk more.
Oh, yeah. Uh uh, uh about what sorts of things? Uh
I mean, whatever comes up at the moment. That's how conversations work, you know?
oh, uh I don't think you have to roll insight to see he's a bit of a fish out of water. He does
He's
not know.
bewildered.
He is out of practice. So he's just like, "Oh, okay. How's your day going? Did I already ask that? Uh,
If you have, I don't remember. But my day's been mostly good. I mean, it's a tiny bit sour now, but that's nothing I can't fix.
uh, sorry about that. Um,
No, it's fine. I understand the curiosity. It's only natural.
I just, if I'm supposed to be looking out for this place, I gotta know how it works. And you can roll insight.
I will. Yippee.
18. Hmm. Oh my god, he got a nat 1 for contesting deception. So,
Amazing. Nova
yeah.
seas.
He does want to know how this place works and if there's anything unexpected that might trip him up because he has a job to do here and he doesn't want something like shifting doors getting in the way if he is, chasing someone. But that job he's here to do is not necessarily being a security guard and the person he would be chasing, not necessarily another random person breaking in. He's got some idea in his head now of a situation where he'd be trying to do something and the door would randomly shift and get in the way of him doing that.
I I think her gaze softens a little and she's like, "All right. I'm going to tell you a secret about how the shortcuts work, and you got to promise you're not going to tell anyone else cuz this is supposed to be my thing, okay?"
Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping secrets.
In her head, she's like, "No, you're not." And then she says out loud, "Usually, if you ask out loud to the door to go somewhere specific, it will do it for you. I don't know why it does this. but being polite and asking tends to work. So if a door shifts, you can ask it to let you out on the same spot. Why don't you try it? And she like motions towards the door.
Oh, uh, huh. This does seem like pretty toony shenanigans, huh? Um, he like nervously walks up to the door and kind of like looks it over. Uh, and I'm guessing it looks like a door.
It looks like a door.
Mm-hmm. And he's just like, um, uh, could, uh, mm. I feel like Angie's going to take over, annoyed at the hesitance, and be like, alright, door, could you please open into Gator Golf?
Yep. And when you open the door, lo and behold, Gator Golf.
Huh. Well, how about that?
When you shut the door and turn back around, Nova's giving you a very encouraging smile.
Oh, that dirty 20 is history as Eggs remembers Kestrel kind of like just in general being a little bit weird about the doors and the walls in paranormal security and being like, "Oh, I wonder if he was doing this sort of thing cuz like I think he knows Kestrel knows Nova and maybe
Yeah.
Nova taught him this trick." And he's like, "Well, uh I will only use it if I have to. It can continue being your signature move."
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you
So,
for
um,
sharing it with me.
yeah, I'm glad to help. Anyway, uh, I've been hearing a lot of things about a lot of different people and some stuff about you. I was just, curious.
Uh, Curious about what?
She's very hard trying to think of a way to phrase this question. I've heard you don't really like the Harlequinette that much. Did it do something wrong?
Uh, I mean, not as such. I haven't really interacted much with Harlequinette. It just, uh, reminds me of someone I used to know that was not very nice.
You shouldn't take that out on Harlequinette then.
I'm trying very hard not to. Just hard to shake the resemblance.
Hmm,
And
I understand.
you can roll an insight to contest.
Come on, Nova. All seeing eye, all seeing eye. Nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
All seeing eye prevails yet again.
Mhm. Yeah, nat 20 for a total of 23 beats X's 19 deception by a little bit. Uh Eggs is trying very hard to word this in a way where he's not putting anything negative on Harlequinette. He's trying to make it sound like this is his problem and like his issue to deal with, and like just in general trying to take away from the idea that maybe Harlequinette did something to deserve his suspicion, even though they definitely did.
She's putting that in the back of her mind. And she's like, well, from what I know about Harlequinette here, they're awesome, to be honest, from what I've heard from people. They get along really well with the other animatronics. They've made a best friend out of one of the staff members, Ajax. They try really hard to protect everyone here. And, they're great with kids. So just try to keep in mind that the Harlequinette here is different than whoever you're thinking about. Okay?
Right. That's. Uh, everyone keeps saying that, and I'm trying to keep it in mind.
Honestly, maybe you should talk to them sometime. See for yourself how different they are from whoever you're thinking about.
I'm planning on it. I just uh, trying to figure out how to go about it.
What do you mean?
Uh, I don't want to put all the baggage I'm coming with onto them. Uh, I don't know. Just
Maybe you should get a mediator then. Someone to, act as a referee for the conversation. Keep you two from going off track.
that's not a terrible idea, Al. Yeah, I'll have to see about that.
She smiles and nods. And she she saw the conversation with Eggs and James. And she also learned firsthand from James something. So she's wondering if she should bring it up. And she's like, so, anyway, I've seen you hanging out with that James guy a couple times.
Yeah, he's pretty nice.
I'd say. I think him and Ajax are tied for most golden retriever guy of the PartyPlex.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, he told me something last time we hung out. A little worrying, but not much I can do about it.
Mm, yeah, I. Hmm. He seems to be. He seems to have a lot of worrying stuff in his past, but he's trying to move past it.
Sounds like some people I know. I mean, aside from him, obviously.
Hmm. It seems like there's quite a few people in that situation here at the PartyPlex.
Maybe the PartyPlex draws them in. Somewhere comforting and safe for people who need something like that.
a nice thought.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Sorry, Eggs is like dodging that conversation because, like, that's James's business. He's not going to pry.
Yeah. I'm She's like sweating because what if she brings this up and it makes Eggs really defensive and upset? She doesn't want Eggs mad at her. She's like, I'm wondering if there are other people with the same problems James has, and if there are, I want to be able to help them. I'm just worrying too much, aren't I?
Maybe? I'm sure pretty much everyone here has their own set of problems, and I don't know, you certainly can't help them all. And it's not your responsibility to?
Yeah, I know. It just sometimes it feels like it is, you know? Even when it doesn't make sense, you just feel it anyway.
Hmm, maybe.
I
Uh,
really hope everyone here does find something that helps them here. I mean, the PartyPlex is supposed to be a place of fun and happiness. If it can bring a little bit of comfort to people who need it, I think that'd be nice.
yeah, I feel like it does for a lot of people, so
What about you?
not so much, but that's normal for me.
Oh, well, who knows? Maybe one day something here might make you feel a lot better. I mean, you met James through this place, didn't you?
I guess so. Yeah. You can roll insight if you'd like.
I will. Nova is a very insightful character.
17. Mm, Eggs is not Eggs is not really thinking of or planning on staying here for very long. So the idea of maybe if you stay long enough, eventually something here will like comfort you or make you feel better. He's not really entertaining that idea because he does not anticipate staying that long.
Oh, oh, that hurts. She knows not everyone's going to stay, but the idea that she can't help at all hurts. She doesn't show it though.
Can Eggs roll insight?
Sure, you'd need a pretty damn good roll to get this though.
Ah!
You do not get it. She looks fine. She's still happy. She's still talking to you. She's still enjoying your company.
Ah! Has this place done something like that for you?
More than I can say. This place is like home to me. I know it better than anywhere else. I feel safer here than anywhere else. I really care about this place. And it's worrying how much people are showing up and doing bad things in it.
Yeah. Hopefully that won't be an issue for much longer here.
Hopefully.
Well, so far Eggs is doing great at dodging giving any answers to important questions.
Yeah. So, what suspicious stuff did you think you saw in the basement? I mean, I'd like to know since I do go down there a lot for, my job. I'd like to know if there's something dangerous down there. And she says it in a jokey manner.
Mm. Uh, well, it wasn't terribly much at first, but some weird graffiti on the wall. And then when I went to check it out further, it's like someone might be living down there, I think.
You think we've got a homeless person in the basement?
Something like that, maybe, yeah.
I mean, that's not that big a deal.
Depends on the homeless person, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely have been sent down to clean up the graffiti a lot, though.
Hmm. Oh, what sorts of things have you seen drawn? Which I now realize is a stupid question to ask because the person that could give us an answer is MJ, who is not here.
Yeah. Good thing Nova's very good at being vague, and she's like, oh, a lot of different things.
A lot of rabbits by any chance?
Yeah, actually.
Hmm.
I've seen a lot of other stuff down there, too. But I wouldn't want to worry you.
I mean, I am security. If anyone should be worried about this, it's me. And I guess the other security guards, but like, it's perfectly valid for me to be worrying about it.
Well, I mean, if it's just a homeless person, it's not that big of a deal. If they try attacking me, I can just use the door shortcut and then come tell you or any other security guard. Probably Kestrel. Yeah, I'd probably tell Kestrel.
So
She is
that's
deliberately trying to get the conversation how she's still going. She is being so sneaky.
that's a 12 on deception. So Eggs is looking like as Nova goes on about, oh, this is how easily I'd handle it. Eggs is looking more and more worried. Like, I mean, you really don't know what they're capable of. They could have like magic, or like maybe they have a guard dog with them, or like a knife, or
Hey, nothing the Acme effect can't handle. Us twos are hardy. I'll be
I
fine.
I I I do think there's some things the Acme effect can't handle. Like
I
spell
don't think a regular homeless person is going to have something the Acme effect can't handle.
like a spell with psychic damage. It's not unheard of.
You're making it sound like there really is something more dangerous down there.
I mean, there might be.
Well, if there is, you gotta tell me. I go down there for like half of my jobs. I do the jobs other people aren't given. There's a lot of things down there that need to be done. Who do you think gets those jobs?
Try rolling persuasion.
Yee. I have a +9 to persuasion,
Oh no.
and that gets proven with a nice crisp 26. This is not a natural 20.
I can't beat that with a whiz save if I tried. Uh,
Hee. Nova's so good at acting.
X kind of like looks around nervously to make sure they're not being eavesdropped on and is like, Okay, look, I'm really trying not to make a big deal out of it, 'cause I don't know if they're going to hurt anyone, but they, I'm, I'm pretty sure there's like monsters down there, and they might be not hostile, but they might be hostile. Um,
So there are monsters that may or may not attack me.
yeah, I mean, like, they haven't bothered anyone so far. As far as I can tell. So, like, it might be a if you leave them alone, you're fine situation, but, like, I just wouldn't be so confident that, like, oh, there's nothing in the basement I can't handle.
So should I like start carrying pepper spray and a taser?
I'm not sure how much those would help either. Like, it's probably best just to try to avoid them.
But what do I do if I can't avoid them? Like, what's the game plan here?
I'm trying to figure that out, okay? Uh,
Hmm.
I guess try
Well, thank.
talking to them. Uh,
I am pretty good at talking.
yeah, that's probably, uh, that might work better than pepper spray. I mean, like, do you have, like, I don't know if magic would be, like, it feels weird to ask if you've got magic. That might work better. I guess pepper spray in a pinch, but, like, I don't know.
Well, thank you for telling me. At least I'll know to be prepared. And she very skillfully sidesteps the magic question.
Mhm. Yeah, he's not focused on that. It's just like, I mean, I don't know if they will attack you. They might be friendly, but just don't count on it.
Okay, I'll do my best to be careful, and if I see anything crazy, I'll come tell you, okay?
Thanks.
Of course. She wants to say what are friends for, but she also thinks that might make him blue screen.
Yeah,
Have have they ever hurt you?
you're gonna have to roll an insight.
No, but honey, sweetheart, please continue your good rolls on this. I wanna know the lore. And she does with a natural 20.
My god! Ah, Nova
Nova
truly
sees
sees
all.
everything. Dice parser.
We we need we need an emote that's just Nova staring or something.
Dice parser, go back to paying your rent and giving me good rolls. Ugh.
Dice Parser responds to Nova the best.
Dice parser knows this might be my server, but this is the PartyPlex first and foremost.
Yeah.
Alright. So as you ask that, Eggs kind of freezes and uh it's like uh, I mean, yeah, but it's not like a big deal. It's more of a I mean, they don't usually hurt people, but sometimes they do, and sometimes, uh, uh, they haven't. Uh,
What's she getting from all this?
I want to try and finish is what he's trying to
Yeah.
say. Like, I mean, like I don't really know what they've been up to in the last 5 years, and they might not be as out to get people anymore. I don't know, and I don't
Eggs.
wanna.
Eggs. I'm not asking about how they are now. I'm asking if they've hurt you before.
Uh, it it doesn't. It's not a big deal. He is trying so hard to downplay the fact that yes, the night terrors have hurt him before.
How much does she get of how they hurt him from the Nat 23?
From the Nat 23, uh, very badly on multiple levels.
Nova so badly wants to hug him, but also doesn't know his opinion on physical touch when it comes to her. So she's like,
But yeah, with the 23 also, uh, yeah, despite having been hurt by them, he is really trying to downplay this. He is really trying to not taint Nova's opinion of them.
okay, first of all, I can tell you're trying to downplay what they've done to you, but for your sake, I won't poke about it. I, if I see them, I'll go at it with a fresh mind, okay?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
She nods. She's like, if someone's hurting you or has hurt you, you shouldn't need to downplay it. But I understand why. She knows she can't tell him to speak up about it because she would be being a huge hypocrite, looking at a couple of different people. Would you like to roll insight?
Sure. Oh my god, eggs.
Do we want to like roll for Handy? Because I think this would be fun if someone noticed.
Yes, but Handy doesn't have a sheet, so it would just be a flat d20.
We can still go for it.
And it
14!
still got higher than eggs. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Eggs is just
So
a mess right now.
Handy notices from this conversation and the way she's talking, someone's hurt her. Not just hurt, actively hurting.
I feel like uh her Razwatch gets a message, a little message from Handy that says, "You're one to talk."
She like looks down at it and just types back, I know I'm a hypocrite.
Damn. I mean, it can't keep pushing there. She admits.
She
How
does add on. What I'm dealing with, Eggs shouldn't have to bother himself with. He's obviously got his own thing to deal with. I don't need to add on more to his plate.
Handy messaging back. You know he feels exactly the same way about his thing, and not letting people in on that.
I, I think Handy can see her visibly falter a little bit. Because she wants to help, but she's being the world's biggest hypocrite. by not letting him help either. She
Hmm.
looks very conflicted. She types back, I have not told anyone about this problem. Ever. Why should I start now?
Handy messaging back. I mean, I'm the first person he's talked to about this in 15 years, so you gotta start at some point.
She texts back, I hate that you're right, but I also highly respect you for being so bold about this.
Handy, like, hate me all you want. That's what I'm here for.
I don't hate you, I just hate that you're right. You're awesome.
Oh, I know I am.
Aw. I think she finally stops texting and looks up at Eggs and is like, you're used to dealing with dangerous stuff, right?
Uh, used to might be an overstatement, but I've done my fair share of it, I guess.
I've I've seen some things that nobody else has about this place, and you know those missing kids incidents?
I, uh, yeah?
I am. I've seen a lot more than anyone else knows, and I've been too scared to talk about it. But you told me about your thing a little bit, so I thought maybe I could say a little bit myself, if that's okay with you.
I, yeah, if I'm the kind of person you want to tell, sure.
I I know who did it and who caused the whole thing with Rylan and all that, but I'm I'm way too scared to say it, to be honest. I don't think I can. And I've been doing my best to try and stop them completely on my own.
That's that's way too much for one person. I mean, they're kidnapping kids. That's definitely something where the police should be involved, right? I know you're scared, but like, I don't know. Does that. Are you more scared than whatever kid gets grabbed next is going to be?
She like winces like you physically hit her. It's a lot more complicated than that. I promise you. I'm not withholding this information for no reason.
Handy piping in, like, oh, I've heard that before. Ugh. What is with you people and not. And insisting on handling things on your own?
I I think she starts laughing a little at the absurdity of it all. Yeah, we're really bad at this, aren't we?
I mean, it seems that way. And I don't think it's something to be laughing about.
This isn't a happy laugh. I just this is really absurd. The fact that I'm saying any of this.
You want to roll an insight?
Yeah. 16.
16. Well, it's not super hard to notice that the sort of joyless laughter is. Eggs doesn't like that. He's having a little bit of a negative reaction to that.
Uh, I think she manages to like calm herself so that she's not laughing anymore. It, it's especially bad because the person doing these horrible things is someone I care about.
Yeah, as you say that, Eggs looks surprised, and you get the feeling that's also what's a big part of what's complicating his situation.
Nova and Egg slowly realizing they've got a lot of the same problems, and maybe they could help each other.
Mhm.
They they weren't always bad. They were really nice at the start, and then they started doing these things, and I I'm doing my best, but you know,
Yeah, I think I do know what that's like. I mean, you can't expect someone to get better if they don't want to.
I, I know that, but it's so hard to shake away the care I have for them, despite what they're doing, and it's horrible feeling, really.
He nods. At a certain point, you have to just take yourself and all the care you feel for them out of the equation and think about how they're hurting other people and how those other people are going to feel and how afraid they're going to be and how hurt they're going to be. And it just becomes about protecting them.
Would you like to roll an insight?
Yeah. 19?
She cares so much about protecting everyone in this place, including you. Like, the kind of protectiveness you'd only expect to see from a mother bear. And part of the issue is that the person doing this is one of the people here, and probably has been here for a while before that whole issue started, so that protectiveness is still lingering on them, despite how much she hates it.
I guess you just have to ask yourself, how many people are you willing to sit by and let get hurt and let them get hurt for the memory of someone that isn't going to be the same person you cared about again?
Hey, Eggs,
Mm-hmm.
can we help each other?
I
We're both dealing with problems that are way too big for us to deal with by ourselves. And it kind of sounds like our problems are really similar. So I'm thinking, if we're such kindred spirits, maybe we could help each other with our problems. Maybe that would make the difference.
You might have a point there, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. And for what it's worth, I'm glad you're here. And I care about you. And I appreciate the fact you want to help me. Though I do have a little bit of bad news about our respective problems.
Oh boy. Uh, lay it on me.
I think our problems are starting to intersect.
Oh, I think that would be a really fun place to end it, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Perfect ending line. It's a good way to tie the storyline together and a good way to stop.
Yeah.
I think that's it
Oh,
then.
mm. Oh, that did not go how I thought it would. Wow. Oh,
They the characters took the reins and we were just sitting there watching.
truly. Oh.
It
All
is gonna be so fun seeing everyone react to this.
right. Oh yeah. Okay, let's stop the recording so I can get this up on YouTube and then start shoving it in people's faces.
Especially Pengu. Pengu is so crazy about Nova. It's gonna be so funny.
Hi Pengu, hi MJ, hi everyone else who's listening.
You're gonna hate us.
Maybe. Alright, thank you for playing with me, doll.
I was so happy to be here.
Yes! And thank you everyone listening. Bye!